Yes, good evening, student. We are going to discuss the laboratory preparation of ammonia. Yesterday, we discussed about the preparation of ammonia from the ammonium salt with the reaction with the alkalis. Okay, when the alkali salts react with the ammonium salts, then they produce ammonia gas plus water and plus respective salts. Here, in the case of laboratory preparation of ammonia, the reactants we are going to use, the reactants used in the laboratory preparation are the ammonium chloride, finely grind ammonium chloride is there, and then the slaked lime. This is called the calcium hydroxide. So both the ammonium chloride, finely grind ammonium chloride, and the calcium hydroxide mixed in the test tube. They mix thoroughly and they grind and they mix in the test tube. Then they heat it. Then the reaction, when they heat, both heat together, then the reaction take place. The reaction is there. This is the ammonium chloride and the calcium hydroxide. When they heat, then they produce, obviously calcium will combine with the chlorine. The calcium chloride will be formed, then water is formed, and the ammonia gas is produced in this case. So the ammonia gas produced, the procedure, what is the procedure? Finely grind, the reactants are ground thoroughly and mix it in the ground round bottom flask. So they mix in the round bottom flask and then they heat it, or in the test tube we can do, then they heat it properly. After heating, the gas is produced, and with the help of the delivery tube, the ammonia gas comes, and then the ammonia gas is formed, and it is passed through the calcium oxide for the drying. Okay, the gas produced by the reaction of the ammonium chloride and the calcium hydroxide is the ammonia and gas. Then drying of gas take place in another container, like that drying of gas. So the gas will be dry. Ammonia gas is dried by the passing through a drying tower. Okay, the drying tower is shown here. It contain what? Calcium oxide. Okay, calcium oxide is also called quicklime. Okay, remember that. Calcium oxide, calcium hydroxide we are using as reactant, but the calcium oxide we are going to use for the drying up of the gas. If the moisture is there, then it will absorbed by the calcium oxide by the quicklime. Okay, so after the drying of the gas will pass into the container and collected over here. Then collection of gas, how the gas is collected, basically how this gas is collected, then it is collected by the downward displacement of air. Gas is collected by the downward displacement of air. The gas will the in here in the container, gas air will come out down and the gas will be up here. The ammonia gas will be filled like this and the air will move out. Okay, it will remove the air because ammonia is lighter than the air. So ammonia filled in the container, and by the downward displacement of air, or gas ki, and gas will show the upward displacement. Both you should know. Downward displacement of air here take place, and the upward displacement of the gas will take there. So because as it is a lighter than the air, it is not collected over the wire. Why the ammonia gas? Question is that the why the ammonia gas is not collected over the water? Because it is highly soluble, as we discussed previously. Why the ammonia gas, the HCl gas, is not collected over water? Same way the ammonia is also not collected over water. They both of the gases are highly soluble in water. So they soluble in water and form something new product. So for this we collect the both of the gases HCl and ammonia in the air. So, what precautions we should take when we are performing this experiment in the laboratory? So, precautions. Reactants should be thoroughly powdered. Both of the reactants. Which are the reactants? Ammonium chloride and calcium hydroxide. We should ground it properly, and add it will be increase the surface area for the chemical reaction. Both the reactants will mix thoroughly with each other, and the chemical reaction easily will take place, and the yield of the ammonia gas will be more. If the we use it as it is, then there will be no mixing and there will be no chemical reaction properly take place, and all the apparatus should be dry. Why? The question is that why the apparatus should be dry when we are performing the experiment for the ammonia gas. We know that same as in the HCl gas, we know that is a highly soluble in water. So here again we have to take the same precaution. The apparatus should be dry. Before performing the experiment, we dry the apparatus properly, otherwise the ammonia will mix with the water. Okay, as its quality is that it's a highly soluble in water. Another one, the mixture should be heated gently. The mixture of ammonium chloride and the hydroxide, we should mix properly it, and properly and heated gently. The heat should be not much more, so otherwise the ammonium chloride will be sublime, otherwise it will sublime and the yield of the ammonia gas will be decreased. Okay,